Hello, so this is the second part of beginnings of using animation techniques with After Effects, and it's just to recap what we've done so far, which somehow is not working. Why aren't we working? There we go, that's what we've done so far. Now you might notice, I thought it would be worth, even though I didn't go through this in class, it'd be worth having a look at this, is that if I select this, you can see that this is following this pathway, and you can control that to some extent. You can edit the pathway, but what I wanted to show you is that if you want it to go around, you can see it's kind of bending as it's going around. So all you need to do, if you want it to go on a straight path, this will make sense when you see why. We can go to the keyframe assistant. No, that's wrong. No, you can't. Oops, sorry about that. What you can do, I have to remember how to do it, is we want to go to keyframe interpolation, and then what we do is you just make sure, instead of it being on auto Bezier, so it means it will try and follow the curve, you make it linear. And then if you say, so you want the spatial interpolation is linear, okay, and then you say okay, and you see all those lines suddenly go straight. So if you've got an animation that you want to follow absolutely straight lines, then that's what you do in order to do that. Okay, so I just want to give you a slightly, just a few more bits and bobs really. This is, as you can see, this is kind of, you can animate objects in exactly the same way that you've done this with this shape object. So you can, for example, you could import a file. I'm going to import something randomly from my desktop. It's gone into slow motion, of course. So here we go. Let's see what we've got here. CSA web, I don't know what that is. Okay, that's a whole big website. Let's try. There we go. We've got Lenny. Let's get Lenny in. There he is. Now, all I did was went file and import him, and he's landed in with our project files. Everything you bring in here, whether it's sound or video footage or images, all of it ends up in here. So this is your kind of storeroom, or it's kind of like the library in Flash. And you can see he's not appeared on our timeline, but what we can do, we just drag him down here. Ooh, he's ever so big. You can drag him down here and you will see that he appears as another layer. So we know we've got a shape layer and we've got Lenny. Shape layer's on top, so it comes in on top of him. I'm just going to zoom that out a bit so you can have a look, see him. It's a bit big, isn't he? So let's go, I'm just going to make him a wee bit smaller. See if I can do that. Find where the edge of him is, that's the only problem. Hang on a minute, go zooming out again. Okay, there we go. It's because I was doing something else with him. So hit the shift key down, let's just make him little. Put him over there, there you go. All right, so, and as you can see by default, because our this composition is 30 seconds long, it's dropped him so that he stays there for the whole of 30 seconds. So, which is fine. If we want him to animate, I'll take him off. So we've got this box coming around. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that box in a bit so that it's not there at the beginning, and then we'll have Lenny come in, and then perhaps the box can come in and he can catch it or something. Let's see how we get on with that. So there he is. So it's exactly the same thing again, really. So we've got Lenny, we can, if I hit P, position, I could also, if I hit Shift and then S, it'll bring up scale, and then if I keep Shift down and hit T, pass it will come, if I keep hitting Shift and hit R, you've got rotation. So those are all of our options that we could do with him. So we could actually have him we could rotate him and move his position. So let's have a go at doing that. I think what I'll do first was I'll do the position. Could do scale, could have him fading in, fading out, but what I'll do is just have him move his position. So turn his stopwatch on, drag the timeline, I'll drag it to about there, and then there we go, it can come flying in to there maybe. I'm doing it in stage, well actually I don't need to do it in stages really, I'll just drag that, there we go, to there, drag the timeline a bit more, and let's have him end up being there. But what we could do, let's see whether we can make this happen, is we could turn the stopwatch on for rotation, see if we can make him rotate as he comes in. Wish me luck. So we'll go to about there. What I'll do, you have to have the rotation tool on. So it's not just with the selection tool, you have to go to the rotation tool and then, oops, grab hold of him and rotate him to there. See whether we can get that to work right. So just check what you're doing. So he's coming down, and then we can have him rotate again, and I'll make him go, oop, oh, can't do it. There we go. So let's see if that, so he comes in, rotates, and then we can have him rotate at the end bit, just so that he lands round the right way, like that. There we go. So let's see whether that, drag it back to the beginning again and hit space and see whether he comes. There he comes, woohoo! And he lands, good. All right. Oh, look, and there's the block coming in. Oh, there we go. That kind of already works without me doing anything, which is a bit of luck. But let's go back in and have a bit more of a look at that shape. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to turn all of that stuff off, and then we're going to go into the shape. Let's have a look at the, if I hit P, let's look at the position. So it shows me the keyframes for P. So that last one, we could actually just move. Oh, let's have a move. Oh dear, I've ruined it. Oh, I know why. Why did I ruin it? Because I've still got the rotation tool on. So let's not do that. So at the moment, what I'm going to do is I just want to change the position, that last position, so that it actually comes to there. Let's see if that kind of works. So, drag it back to the beginning and hit the space bar. It comes in, lands, boom, bit of too much of a gap there, but then, woo, there we go. So that's a very stupid bit of animation, but you get the general idea that you can import images. I could do this just as easily with text. You can animate masks, so you could make a text into a mask and then animate things behind it. You can have things behind it and animate the text itself. There's some really extremely good tutorials for this stuff on lynda.com. If you go to lynda.com essential training, you'll find it's really in depth, and they're really great because they're organized by subject, so you don't have to watch the whole thing to get what you need. You can just watch parts of it. Just a couple of quick other things is that Lenny doesn't ever really get imported into After Effects. Lenny stays separately in exactly the same way that Dreamweaver. You have to have a part that Dreamweaver does the same thing with it, calls the files when it needs them. So if it's disappeared, what I can do, I don't actually remember where he is. Let's have a look at revealing Finder so I can see where he is. Okay, so he's in Images, which is somewhere. But if I open another Finder window, new Finder window. Okay, if I move Lenny from Images, let's say just stick him on my desktop, because then I'll know where he is. If I move him out of there, put him just there. There we go. And then click back into After Effects. This happens. After Effects warning, the file images blah blah, lenny.png could not be found. If I say OK, what happens is that he disappears and you get this kind of marker thing, which is not great. So what you have to be careful of is that you keep all the things related to your After Effects project in a folder, so that when you go, if you're at home, you come into uni and want to work on it, if you don't bring the whole folder with you, if you just bring, oh, I'll just take the After Effects file, then this might well happen to you. Now, to relink Lenny to my After Effects project, what I can do is replace footage, replace file, and then re-find him where he actually is. I think he's called Kenny, isn't he? He's not Lenny. Why is he called Lenny on there? Oh well, anyway. So Lenny, where are you? Let's call him Lenny because that's his name on here. So he's not in images anymore, he's on the desktop. So we're going to find him on the desktop. So where's my file called Lenny? There he is. Open, and there he comes back again. All right, so that's just a little note. And just to finish off, just make sure that you save your project. Don't call it Untitled Project, please. So I'm going to call it Lenny Animation. Can't spell animation. See, there you go. And what I'm going to need to do in this case is I will go on, make a new folder, call it AE, After Effects, create that, stick it in that folder. Now, what I really need to do is to put Lenny in that folder. If I don't do that, then he's going to get left behind. This version of After Effects knows he's on the desktop, so it won't break in here. But if I move this now to another computer, if I try and open the same file, Lenny won't be on their desktop. It knows, After Effects knows he's on the desktop, but that's not much good. So that's what we'll go ahead and do. Okay, well, hopefully that's helped some ways. There's lots and lots more to learn in After Effects, but that does show you some of the basic stuff. One other note is that you can bring flash files into After Effects. So if you want to do some keyframe animation, you could do that potentially in Flash and then bring the SWF file into After Effects. Hope that's been a bit helpful. Thanks very much.